Welcome to From the Pages of WCW Wrestling Wrap-Up, December 1990. The magazine that feels like someone stuffed Halloween Havoc, Starrcade hype, cowboy fights, international tournaments, Christmas poetry, and Paul E. Dangerously's legal threats into a blender and hit explode. So, before we dive into this glorious Turner-era fever dream, smash that like button. Subscribe for more deep dive madness, and prepare for your 60-second rapid-fire rundown, because this issue blasts you with Halloween Havoc chaos, the Pat O'Connor Memorial International Tag Team Tournament hype, Sting losing his mind thanks to the Black Scorpion, a full-color Stan Hansen poster dripping with danger sweat, the Southern Boys winning an award only for Jim Cornette to destroy it like it insulted his mother. A WCW Christmas list full of delusional, hilarious wishes. A Christmas poem that only WCW could write. The Danger Zone, where Paul E. tries to sue the magazine again. The Editor's Corner, promising stability in a company that cannot stop fistfighting itself. Fan letters that read like a hotline confessional booth. And finally, the Black Scorpion sending in the most unhinged audio tape since someone left Ultimate Warrior alone with a microphone. Now, buckle your seatbelt because the cover of this mag screams at you immediately with Sting and Lex Luger posed like action figures who know the Black Scorpion is lurking in the vents. And inside the Editor's Corner, Dennis Brent declares the 80s dead and the 90s belonging to hungry young lions like Sting, Pillman, Luger. The Steiner brothers, Z-Man, Sid Vicious, Doom, Taylor, the Southern Boys, and even side characters like J.W. Storm and Alan Iron Eagle, while still reminding you that Ric Flair is lurking like the ghost of world titles past and might snag a 7th world championship if he feels like it. Brent talks about injuries, Robert Gibson's knee shredded by the Freebirds, Sting's July world title win, Norman becoming a kid-friendly giant teddy bear distributor. New monsters arriving like the Motor City Madman and the Big Cat with whispered Stan Hansen cowboy blood running through him. And even the Juicer, who exists for reasons only the Turner gods understand. Plus, Brent teasing Paul E.'s appearance on Sally Jesse Raphael, talking about adults living at home because this is 1990 WCW and logic does not exist. And then Brent advertises Starrcade 90 like it's a cosmic collision featuring Sting versus the Black Scorpion, Lex Luger versus Stan Hansen, and Flair and Arn versus Doom for the belts, as if 3 major title matches on one night might cause the universe to crack in half. Then the magazine blasts into Halloween Havoc 90, where the Steiners and Nasty Boys try to murder each other with chairs before the bell even rings. Rick and Scott storm the ring like 2 enraged mastiffs. Sags gets blasted until he bleeds. The Nasties somehow take control and destroy Scott's back, but the Steiners still win, only to be jumped again, because nobody at Halloween Havoc knows how to end a fight. Doom battles Flair and Arn in a match that spills into a 4-man riot, ending in a double countout, because the referee gives up hope. Junkyard Dog battles Moondog in a match held entirely for the sake of giving JYD a pop. Lex Luger tries to out-cowboy Stan Hansen, which is like trying to outrain the ocean, and gets obliterated by the lariat for it. And in the main event, Sting battles Sid under the looming shadow of the Black Scorpion, who earlier kidnapped a woman in a magic trick gone wrong, and created such chaos that fans were probably checking for trapdoors under their seats. And then, the match reaches the most WCW finish ever when Barry Windham shows up dressed as Sting, gets mistaken for Sting, beats Sid, wins the title for Sid, loses the title for Sid. And then the real Sting, hands tied with rope, sprints down like an angry gym coach, beats the fake Sting, beats the real Sid, and reclaims his belt as balloons fall, and the viewing audience collectively wonders if they hallucinated the entire thing. Then the issue turns to the International Tag Team Tournament, selling it like the Olympics of dropkicks. 8 teams representing America, Japan, Mexico, Canada, France, Russia, Africa, and somewhere known only as the Other American Team. And the big attraction is the return of the Great Muta, who left unhappy, became a superstar in Japan, and now storms back into WCW with Masa Sato, looking like two samurai ready to suplex their way through the bracket, while the Steiners wait like two corn-fed wolves, ready to throw people into the sun. Then we get Sting going crazy, which is literally Sting saying, "This Black Scorpion guy is ruining my life." Talking about psychological warfare, magic tricks, and the promise that at Starrcade, he will finally unmask the Scorpion and end this nightmare once and for all. But that's what he thinks. Then we get the glorious Stan Hansen poster, a 2-page spread of the most dangerous cowboy in the Western Hemisphere, looking like he punched the photographer right after the photo was taken. And then we pivot to the article about the Southern Boys Award, which begins with the wholesome moment of Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers winning plaques for Best Supporting Tag Team for real community work with kids' hospitals and helping elevate the Midnight Express versus Rock and Roll rivalry. But immediately descends into chaos when Jim Cornette storms the stage, screaming that the Midnights deserved it, then bets $10,000 of his mother's money to prove a point, then steals the Southern Boys gear, then dresses up like them, then tears their plaques to pieces, then hands the shredded remains to beautiful Bobby, who leaps off the top rope and smashes the pieces onto Tracy's skull. And somehow, the match still ends with Cornette sulking away and the Southern Boys receiving replacement plaques like true WCW heroes. Then comes the WCW Christmas list, the most insane spread of holiday wishes ever printed. Sting wants to keep the world title for the Little Stingers. Stan Hansen wants to kick Sting back to Texas. Missy Hyatt wants Hollywood to bow before her beauty. The Steiners want tag team gold and maybe a gym membership for Christmas dinner volume. Dutch Mantel wants Pillman to admit who's prettier. Jim Ross wants Paul E. to learn manners. Paul E. wants journalism awards for columns he hasn't written. El Gigante just wants to be in America and prove he's the biggest man alive. Norman wants teddy bears for kids who won't get presents. Terry Taylor wants better competition and all the belts. And the Freebirds want enough security to control the women, which is the most Freebird request of all time. Then the Christmas poem hits. A chaotic rhyming saga where Starrcade is treated like Christmas Eve. Doom, Freebirds, Steiners, Taylor, Sting, and everyone else get holiday shoutouts. Norman goes straight to bed. The Horsemen party all night. And the poem ends with, "Season's beatings to all and to all a good fight," which belongs on a WCW holiday t-shirt immediately. Then the letters to wrap-up section unleashes the fans. Luger lovers insisting he is the future world champ. Women begging for a Terry Taylor Sexiest Man contest. Pen pal hunters looking for Sting fans in other states. Freebird superfans demanding centerfolds. Sid loyalists proclaiming he rules the world. Conspiracy theorists guessing the Black Scorpion is Ole Anderson or Tommy Rogers based on obscure UWF references. Entire families writing in about attending local WCW shows. Fans begging for more Pillman, Tommy Rich, and JW Storm, and others asking for the Crockett Cup to return. WCW responds politely like a parent humoring a child holding a super soaker. Then the quotes section hits with wrestlers saying wild things like they're auditioning for action movies, followed by the Danger Zone, where Paul E. dangerously bursts in like a legal tornado demanding a column, calling himself the Geraldo Rivera of wrestling, burying Soley, Ross, Russell, Caudle, Sting, Luger, Hansen, the Black Scorpion, the Horsemen, and probably the magazine's typesetters, giving Starrcade predictions, refusing to give holiday greetings, and bragging that the phone is stronger than the wrestler because he is an unstoppable talking head. And finally, we hit the message from the Black Scorpion, a chilling, bizarre, over-the-top audio transcript where the Scorpion laughs maniacally, makes Sting question reality, promises he will never reveal his identity, claims he knows everything while Sting knows nothing, and swears that at Starrcade he will destroy Sting psychologically and physically, ending the magazine on the WCW version of a horror movie cliffhanger. Sting clutching the tape, fans clutching their seats, and everyone hoping WCW never stops being this beautifully unhinged.